Thanks for joining me today. I'm here with Terrence Kingsley, a successful 18-year-old entrepreneur from Vancouver. He went from being a high school stoner to a business owner, and last month his business made $119,000. Terrence, welcome to the show. Tell me a fun fact about yourself.
When I was a kid, when everybody was like, my teacher would come around and tell everybody what they wanted to do. They're asking everybody. Everyone was like police officer. Some people were saying like, oh, horse rider. And they came to me. I was like a vampire slayer, and I was fully committed. I was like when I would come home from school, do my homework, and then I would go and start researching vampires, how to do it, how to get ready for it, and stuff like that. That was a little fun fact about me that I don't tell anybody on the podcast.
How far did you get? Did you have did you get any gear or anything?
I didn't end up getting any gear, but then I decided to be the best vampire slayer ever. I would have to be a vampire. So I went to the dollar store, bought like black candles. I saw like a thing on the internet. It was like, oh, how to be a vampire. So I got like black candles and everything like that, and it didn't really work. And then slowly it faded off. But
yeah, what if it did work and you were like, I'm still a vampire? Yeah, so I can relate to that kind of in a funny way. When I was in kindergarten, my teacher, she asked all the kids what they would do if they got $1 million, and I told them that I would go into the military, because I thought that you had to pay for it at that time, because I thought my dad was having fun in the Air Force, and so like I wanted to go in the Army and I wanted to go to war, and I thought it cost money. So I was like, $1 million is totally enough. Like they would let me in if I gave them some of that. So that's what I was committed to do. So, yeah, we both had interesting perceptions of like how the world worked. So give me like one weird thing that you're obsessed with right now. So for me, So for me, because I'm super obsessed with this. I have this thing called an Everlast notebook. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm super geeked about this geeky thing. And basically I can use these pens that basically I can erase what I'm writing, or I can just wipe it off with water and it'll erase the whole page. And then at the bottom, I don't know if you can see, there's these little icons, and on my phone, I can basically say, okay, when I take a picture of this page, take all of this and either put it in like a specific folder in Google Drive, or send it to Terrence for a business idea, or whatever. I can mark multiple. So I could say, okay, send to Terrence, and then save to my archive of projects in the to-do list in me and Terrence's Google Drive folder. So that's what I'm obsessed with. So what about you?
My little obsession that I have is I've been really interested in going on Fiverr and seeing what people are willing to do for money. Like what little weird things people will do for money. Like I found out I can hire somebody for $6 to manage my whole Tinder. Like I'll tell it, like he'll like look through my messages, see what I kind of say, and he'll see I'll tell him what kind of girl I like, and then he'll swipe right for me, swipe left. Everything is fully automated. Then he tells me when I have dates with girls and everything like that.
Nice. Does he have good reviews?
He actually has pretty good reviews. Like people use him. Like I'm like, I never would have known that. Like there's people who like they literally do your grocery list. They do like all kinds of things. Like there's so many crazy things that I just like to look around and see what people are willing to do.
Yeah, right. Like for that small amount of money, like how much of your day could you get back? And that's a weird area. Like, did you actually look for like Tinder management, or did you just like stumble upon it?
No, I actually just stumbled upon it. Like I use Tinder. Like there's a paid version of Tinder that's like $14.99 a month, and it literally automates your Tinder too. So I just use it like that.
Gotcha. All right, that's pretty crazy. I already know how someone thinks of like, oh yeah, this is something people would do. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. All right. Anyways, so with you do drop shipping. So tell us a little bit about last month, like how much you netted, a little bit about any like strategy or anything that you wanna give like a brief overview of.
Yeah. So I've been doing dropshipping since November 2017, And I did okay my first month, got a little bit better, a little bit better. But I got stuck in this trap. Like most people tell you in the beginning, use Instagram shoutouts. And Instagram shoutouts are really good because they're really good for beginners.
What's an Instagram shout out for?
So basically, if you've gone to a page like World Star or like maybe like you saw a travel page or something like that, that page some people get shout outs on the page for a product or something like that for like 24 hours.
So you ask them to mention like you and your product?
Yeah, you basically tell them the picture, the ad copy to use and stuff, and then they link to your you put the ad and it goes to your Instagram page that you've made. It goes to your then they go to your link and then they buy a product from you.
Gotcha.
And then that's what I did for a while, and it made me good money, which made me stuck in it. Like every time I would go to Facebook, I would get scared and go back to Instagram shoutouts. But then as soon as I went into Facebook hard and like I wasted so much money learning Facebook, but once I learned it, it was a skill you can never give up because once you know Facebook, like companies will hire you too, like just to do your Facebook ads. And then Facebook.
So Facebook ads. When we say learning Facebook, we're talking about their advertising platform. So like custom audiences, interest targeting, all that.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. Those are the most important things. Like once I learned Facebook, then you can scale dropshipping stores like really fast. Like I've made new stores and made them 40 grand in a month, like easily, like the first month.
So what made you like look into drop shipping in general?
So in July 2017.
And what is drop shipping? I don't know if everybody knows what drop shipping.
Okay. So if you don't know what drop shipping is, I'll give you it's very simple process. You get a site. There's already a template by this company called Shopify. There's a template. You basically design this. You just basically import products, which is as simple as a click of a button from AliExpress. Goes to your site. You drive traffic through whatever source you can. People do it through Snapchat, Google AdWords, Facebook, Instagram, anything. Get traffic to your site. If someone buys from your site, then you get their address and everything. You put it into AliExpress, and then AliExpress ships it to them. So you're basically a middleman in this whole thing, and you're just driving. You're just a marketer, and that's basically what Shopify is. Dropshipping.
Okay, so you're using different platforms as your way to bring awareness to this product and have people click on it and come to your store, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're bringing them there. And then Shopify is representing, you're putting this item up there that's on AliExpress, which is what by Alibaba, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so those are that's kind of like a manufacturer hub, right? Where you have different manufacturers that have these accounts on there that are making these different products. And then you're putting them on there with, your markup, right? So
yeah.
You're looking at how much it is on AliExpress, and then you're like, okay, let's try making it, whatever percentage more that you want. And then you're putting that item on Shopify.
Yeah, like you can find a bracelet for like $1 and then sell it for like $20, and then there's your markup right there.
Gotcha. And then after your first time trying it or whatever, you probably figure out like how much it costs for ads and different things. And so then your markup is changing based on your costs, right? Because you got to figure out like how much like the average amount of money that it takes to actually get someone to purchase, right?
Yeah, you got to figure out all that stuff.
Yeah, because not everyone that sees it is going to buy, or everyone that even clicks on it is going to buy. So is this your first attempt at entrepreneurship? Or like internet marketing in general?
Internet marketing? No. In July 2017, that's when I decided I was like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And I literally saw this one video by Improvement Pill, if you ever heard of him. And it said why 67% of you should not go to college. And he talks about there's all these ways to make money, social media and like Instagram and everything like that. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I literally took like 2 weeks later, I was like, I told my parents, because my parents kept asking me, when are you going to college? When are you going to college? I'm like, I'm not going to college. I'm going to do entrepreneurship. And they got so pissed. They told me they gave me 6 months to prove myself in the thing. And I was doing like, trying to like become an Instagram influencer. And I was doing like affiliate marketing. And I had like zero money at the time. I didn't even want a job. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I don't need a job. Don't need anything. I'm going to go. And yeah, that was my first kind of venture. It totally failed. Totally messed up, and I knew it was 100% my fault. Like I know why I messed up.
What was your why, right? Like they wanted you to go to college, but something compelled you inside to pursue this route instead, where it was worth experiencing ridicule, I guess you could call it. Like, what was that? What was compelling you deep down to pursue through the difficult in order to get this end result? Besides just like, yeah, they say I'll make a bunch of money.
Basically, a really big thing. Like since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be that guy who makes the tons of money, travels, and everything like that. That's what I've always wanted. And me, like, there's a thing I couldn't see the correlation between school and like winning in life. Like I see all these people around my life who've gone to college, everything like that, and they don't live the life I want to live. Most of the people who want to live, they're not doing good in school and stuff like that. They're doing other stuff. They have like I didn't know what it was to get to that life. But once I found it out, I was stuck to it. I was stuck to it like crazy. I couldn't get myself away from it. And then I knew it was there. I knew what I wanted.
So was it the freedom? Like when you say the way that you wanted to live, is like the freedom of time? How would you define that?
It was freedom of time and location and stuff like that, where I can work at anywhere I want.
Yeah. Wi-Fi and a laptop. Was there any like negative aspect of your life or something that you were actually running away from? Like I do not want to be this. Like I had people in my life that I actually avoided the route that they went. Like close people, I avoided the route that they went because I did not want to end up like that.
Yeah. Like my stepdad, I did not want to live. I didn't want to be like him at all. Like he's a general manager of Rona. He makes good money, but he's getting up at he's getting to work at 6 a.m. and he's getting home at like 6. So he's working 12-hour days, and then he comes home. He just drinks his beer and then just sits on the couch all day, right? Basically, I was like, I don't want to live like that. Even though he was making good money and stuff, I don't want that. And then having I just didn't want to live life like that. Like I saw so much more to life. I saw there was potential. I saw everything in a different light. Like on my YouTube channel and stuff like that, I talk about everyone's in this sort of matrix world where it's like 9 to 5 college, a lot of people, but there's few that are like unplugged. Like once you get unplugged from the matrix, you can never go back.
Right. Yeah. You see things completely differently. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, once your perspective has changed, it's totally different from there. It's weird because other people, not everyone has that new perspective yet. So you all of a sudden like actually can't relate to a lot of people, and you're almost glad, but you actually feel sorry for them at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. The bigger you get, the more money, the more you become better in yourself, the smaller your social circle will get. Like it's so small. And that's what you want. You want a smaller social circle because I've learned to be really selective with the people I hang out with now. I'm like, I only want people who I want to be like in my social circle. Like you have to be really picky of the top 5 people you hang out with.
Yeah. People that can like energize you, right? You go around them and they actually put pressure on you and make you like do what you want to do, but to like a more extreme extent. Like They're not like, you feel like they're on the journey with you. You know what I mean? Even though they might be in like a different industry or, they might be actually like you could have someone that like loves like even like yoga or working out, but the way that they approach it, like in the way that they take ownership, like is like the way that you think about what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm sure this wasn't your first like hustle, as a kid. What was do you have any stories about like the first hustle that you ever had?
The first hustle I ever really, the best story. I was working at a welding shop when I was a kid.
A welding shop?
Yeah. I would do welding and stuff like that because that's what I thought I wanted to be.
How young were you then?
I was like 16.
Okay. Yeah. I took a welding class when I was 16. Okay. Keep going.
Yeah. So I was like 16. I worked at this welding company, and then they had this huge meeting thing, and they gave everyone $100 gift cards to a gas station that was like connected to the thing. And I told one of the girls, I was like, can you buy like one of the cigarettes for me with the $100. And I would sell them at my school to kids and stuff like that, and for a huge markup because nobody could buy anything. And that's what I would do.
Wait, how old are these kids?
Huh?
How old are these kids?
It was in high school, so it was between like the kids were grade 9 to grade 12.
Okay. We're not promoting selling cigarettes
No.
to them.
Yeah.
Like that was younger, but the demand was there. So you saw the demand and then you acted on it, right?
Yeah. And then I sold like pop cans during the summer. I you see supply and then you just take it. You see it, yeah.
You sold pop cans? What do you mean you sold?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, like these king size cans. They were like a pop full of like Pepsi and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like a bigger size, but they only cost like $1. And I would sell them for $2, and that would make like double money. And then
100%. Yeah, 100% markup.
Yeah, and then I'll buy more and then everything like that. And then, yeah, that lasted until like sort of like became like colder and stuff like that. Then I was like, I can't really, I didn't really sell them anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. My stepkid right now, he's going to school and he's buying like a pack of gum and then selling each piece of gum for like a quarter. So he's basically getting, it's like $1 for a pack of gum and he's getting like $4 for each one. So I'm trying to teach him on the delayed gratification part. Because he usually just evens out because he's like eating the rest of the gum, but he gets the concept, which is really cool because he's only 8, and I wish, let's see, 8 he would have been second, third grade. Actually, no, yeah, I wish that someone had made me like actually do kind of like a mini venture like that and start early. Like I was thinking about it, but I didn't have anybody be like, hey, here's how to get cash flow like right now.
Yeah. No, that's what I want to do for my kids too. I want to help them with that. And then also you best thing too, you can also use your kid, like whenever your kids go to school, they're paying attention to new trends or be like, what are you learning in school? What are the kids?
Fidget spinners was the big thing.
Yeah. Like the kids will know it before you do. So it's like, yeah, always ask them like, what did you hear about in school? Huh? What would all these kids talk?
Right. Like what do all the kids like? And then you figure out how to buy that in bulk and then they sell it.
And then, yeah.
So along your journey, give me some challenges that were like really rough that you had to go through. Like clearly you stuck through it and it was worth it. But what were some of the challenges that you had to go through?
Big thing was family I had to go through. And like literally there was family like family that I've been friends with, like cousins I've been friends with for years, known since birth, laughing behind my back about what I was doing, calling me crazy and everything like that, saying how stupid I was and everything like that. Basically all my family was laughing at me and stuff like that. And that was hard to go through, and everybody telling me like, why don't you go to college? Just go to college. And then also my parents, they said they were going to get a divorce because of what I was doing. It was like putting a damper on them. They would like put that all on me, like just because I wanted to follow my dreams. Lots of things I had to push through and everything like that. And now I don't even talk to my parents at all anymore. Stuff like that. So it's like a lot of sacrifices that you have to make to get to a certain point in your life.
Yeah. They know where you're at now though, right?
They know where I'm living. Yeah.
Yeah. But do they know like the results of what you've done so far?
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
They still don't like what I'm doing.
Maybe I wonder if they think it's I think they're just waiting. I think they just don't want to tell you yet that they're surprised that it works, and they want to see how the internet marketing journey is going for you. So back to your when you first started the drop shipping business, like what was something that you were selling, and then what was like the growth pattern, right? So you had this thing on Shopify, and then what was like a pattern that actually really set it off when it comes to like figuring out, bringing in traffic and different things, like which one worked? How'd you figure it out?
So really, whenever I tell somebody to start on something, I'm always telling them to get a course. Like get a course because it gives you insight into somebody who's done it. and made the mistakes and everything like that. And it gives you a clear step-by-step process on how to do it. But yeah, I learned from multiple different courses, but the first course I learned from, they taught me how to do it and stuff. And I literally like took what they learned, binged it, made a site, and then in 5 hours and in 4 hours, I made $50. And then it was like, that was my first money online that I've ever made. And I was so happy about it.
How much was that course?
The course, it was $299 USD on like a discount. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got back what, a fifth of it within 4 hours. How long did it take you to get all of that back?
A month. Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad. Like that's
Yeah.
like a month. If someone were to like leverage like a credit card, they would actually be able to have that money back plus the experience and then now be on a good trajectory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's awesome. So can you tell me a little bit more about what happened after that?
So after like I started making, like I made the $50, then I tried another shout out with Instagram and stuff like that. Didn't make any money. And then I was like a couple days into making no money. Then I hit like another sale, and it was like going back and forth, hitting sales, not making money. And it kept going back and forth.
So Instagram shout outs is what you were using at this point?
Yeah. And then it was very like inconsistent, trying new things, trying new products and stuff. I hit about 1,000 my first month. And then the next month I hit like only like 300. Then the next month I hit like 2,000, and then it was just like, and then after that it slowly went up after that.
Okay. And you mentioned Facebook ads. When did that come into play, and like, was that a game changer?
Yeah. So like about two months ago, I started doing Facebook ads. I was hitting like 5.6K with Instagram shout outs like in a month, and I hit that. And I was like, okay, it's time for me to go into Facebook. I have to learn. I have to, whatever money I have to waste, let's do it. And that was for like 2 weeks, I wasn't making any money. And after about 2 weeks, I finally like started learning it. And then I found the products, and then I started making money. And I was like, then it was immediate game changer, and it was awesome.
Okay. So when you say I found the products, what do you look for in a product that you decide that you're like, I'm gonna try this one. I'm gonna drop ship this one. I'm gonna put the time.
When I'm looking for products, some people find like random products that, like, it's like weird. They pick like maybe this vacuum or this bracelet and stuff like that. But it's like I look for something that has a big passionate audience behind it. Like marijuana has a big passionate audience. I started selling that a little bit. There's like things like all kinds of things that have a passionate audience, like especially religion that has a big passionate audience. Pets have a big passionate audience behind them.
Things that people like identify with and make part of their persona, I guess we would say.
Yeah, like if you, like you almost know if a guy has a dog or something like that by the way, like they almost tell you or anything like that, or you can tell by the guy if they have a dog or not, like sometimes. And then like you have people, and then like religion is a big thing. So it's like just whenever I found a product, I almost knew it was a winner just because of the passionate audience behind it. And then
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So things that people can identify with and are current. So almost like you're paying attention to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You're basing it off of that. Mm-hmm. So along this journey, right? I like personal development a lot. So do you. So what are some, how should we say this? Like, are there any like books that you read along the way, or any like videos or something that, because like you have these, you have this skill that you're trying to develop and this path you're trying to go along. But the personal development side, what actually helped you get through that?
Yeah. So before I even started business or knew I wanted to start business, from a very like young age, I was into self-development. Like I started watching this guy called Kinobody, if you know him.
From the name, yeah.
Yeah, Kinobody. I started watching him. He did like a collab with this guy with RCD Max. I started watching his stuff, and he talks about picking up girls and meditation and all those kind of things. So I was really just filling my head with all this like self-help and like all this kind of thing, self-development stuff. And it was really making me good as a person. And seeing all these people succeed in their life through self-development and like their business stuff, that slowly made me go into business and stuff like that, seeing the potential.
Okay. What do you think are like the top 3 characteristics that personal development gave you that you think were almost like a make or break when it came to like where you're at today with this? You're only 18. Like I'm 24, which is people still say is young. Like
yeah, that is that is young to but it's like but so basically knowing the risk, like each self-development person you see, they've taken big risk and you see how much it paid off. So I knew immediately every risk.
Take all the risks.
I took the big risks. Yeah.
How did you decide which one to make the leap on?
Like not going to college was a big like risk kind of for me. Like I don't really tell people about this, but like I was actually not smart enough to go to college. Like my grades were not good enough to go to the college, and that was part of the reason I was like, avoiding going to college. My parents kept asking me like, "Oh, when are you getting the college acceptance?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know yet. They haven't shipped it out yet." I'm like, "Good." It's like literally like July, like. But yeah, so like I was actually not smart enough to go into college and stuff like that.
So we have risk management, right? So people like willing to take the leap. So I guess courage would maybe be it.
Yeah, courage. Yeah, big on courage, and then also I had a big vision. I always had big goals, and that's something that like they taught me too. They're always like, it's better to shoot for like I believe the quote is, "It's better to shoot for the sky or space." And then only reach the stars. You still went farther than like you thought you would get. Like, let's say your goal was to hit like $1 million this year, but then I go after that. I only hit 750,000. That's still better than if my goal was hitting 6 figures and I only hit 50 grand or 75 grand. So it's like better to aim big and reach those. Try to go for those big goals. And that's something that they taught me a lot.
Gotcha. So it's almost like chances are we're going to fall short. I know like everything that I've tried, I'll want, this is how it works out perfectly, but yeah, I'll end up with like a portion of it, but I always end up with a portion of it is the cool part. Right.
Yeah.
So if you want, you're originally aiming for 1 and then you go, if you know Grant Cardone, he tries to 10X because then you're at least going to get what you want and possibly more.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, you gotta work for like the bigger goals, and I fully love that. I love that, and I fully support that. So
yeah. Awesome. So so for people that are listening and are looking for kind of like their own business venture to start, or just like another side hustle, right? Something that they can start on the side and potentially make their new job, and actually supplement the income so they can have, freedom of time, money, all that. For the people that want to try drop shipping and learn from you, where can they find you at?
They can find me on YouTube at MK Kingsley or on my Instagram at the Millennial Kings. And that's where you can find me, learn. I have tons of in-depth video. They're all going like a higher quality and everything like that now because I'm really taking my personal brand to the next level. So yeah, hope to see you guys there.
So you want to help the people that are interested in it?
Yeah, like my fans, like it's a very like tight-knit group where we're all communicating, we're all helping each other, and it's very nice. Like I love to help these people because I see where I was. Like when I was like, I came from like, there was no, like everyone from my high school now, like some girls, like some guys are messaging me, like trying to like hang out and stuff like that. Nobody saw me coming here. Like I was always getting F's in school, everything like that. Nobody expected me to get here and stuff like that. And I want to help those people who think it's like completely hopeless for them to ever even make money. Like,
yeah, I went through the same thing. I've actually had friends recently, like within the last year, a ton of them been like, oh, like I thought you were like going to be in jail, or like you just weren't going to amount to anything. But it's like a totally different story. I felt like I knew the whole time. Did you feel like that at all?
Yeah, no. I felt like
I didn't know how, but I felt like I just knew.
I didn't understand it, but everyone telling me like I was bad at school and everything like that. But somehow I felt like I was like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna be the best. Like I'm gonna be there. Like I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna be able to do what I want and stuff like that. No matter how many people told me it's all about school, it's all about that. Somehow like I knew
felt resistance to school. It wasn't that it was too hard. It was like I felt like my soul or personality or whatever was like, do not give this too much attention.
Yeah, like the same as me. Like I didn't feel like school was like for me, and I didn't feel like to put my energy there. I was like, no. You're gonna be able to put your energy somewhere, and you're gonna know when you put your energy. And as soon as I found business, I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been wanting to put my energy towards. And then boom, and then yeah, that's what happened.
Exactly. I can totally relate to that. All right. I was gonna ask another question. All right, so what would you say to, because there's going to be younger audiences, right? There's like 13, 14-year-old entrepreneurs now that are like killing it. Like,
yeah,
it's so crazy.
It's insane. I'm like, now that's when I feel old. When I see those, I'm like, shit, now I'm old. Like, yeah. God damn it. I'm way behind.
Yeah, some of these people shows you got these kids that have like 1 million followers on stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's just like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, God damn it, I'm way behind.
What would you tell your younger self when you hit that age where you kind of got like more serious about life? I'm trying to think. I don't actually know what age that was. Probably like early teens. I know I started like I wanted to do like a lawn business, and I think maybe around 4th grade. That's what I'd say, because we were selling me and a buddy of mine. We were selling video games to kids in class, and we were making cartoon books and selling those, and trying to invent like things off to the side, like different like communication devices, because we didn't nobody had cell phones then. And passing notes, we always got in trouble, so we were trying to figure out different things. What would you tell the younger version of yourself, or kids that are in this stage where they're trying to figure things out, but they're also like getting discouraged at the same time?
God, I would tell myself and any other younger viewers, pick your friends carefully. Okay, I'm willing to sacrifice no friends for like 2-3 years for like a good like life for the rest of my life, and then having the best closest people. Like you gotta sacrifice like certain things. I would tell myself, stop hanging out with all these like crappy friends. Find a new group of friends, but if there's nobody like you, then you're gonna have to like hustle yourself. You're gonna have to do things. Like I used to skip class, like to go like out with my friends and everything like that. Skip class to go to the library and work on your business. Like do something with your life. Yep. There's so many businesses you can do no matter what age you are. Like,
yeah, I did the same things. And that time on your own, like once, at least for me, I don't know if you're the same way. But when I would force myself to be on my own, and then I would actually start to make progress towards something, like even if it was just I don't know, just like a basic thing. Like it didn't have to be like making money directly. It could be like actually working onto a business plan and getting in the flow of it. I actually loved to be by myself because like it was fulfilling versus like trying to go and make friends with people and try to like figure out what they like and then do what they do. And then even if you're like, okay, now I'm accepted, and now you just sit there and you feel like things are good, versus actually like going and finding and doing and what makes you happy.
Yeah, no, I'm so like, it feels so good. Like I used to always think I had to be around people. I used to be like, oh God, I have to be accepted. I always have to be in a friend group and stuff like that. But I love being by myself now, like working on myself. As soon as I will find like people that are around my age that are doing the same thing. Like my team, the Millennial Kingdom, we're all young people.
They're so rare, especially around your age. Like,
yeah,
people are starting to see things more, at least in my experience, like more around my age. But at 18, like I remember being like totally like a lost soul when it came to like we need to make stuff happen like now.
Yeah,
and like think about like the delayed gratification of like using this money for something that won't like give us satisfaction right now.
Yeah, and there's very few. That's why all my friends from Millennial Kingdom, we're all around the world. We're on different places because it's so rare to find someone just all in your area. Like I was on a Skype call with one of my people, and they based like one of my subscribers, and he was asking me. He was like, "Oh, I live in a smallish town, and it's really hard to find people who are like me." I'm like, "Dude, I live in a big city, and it's hard to find people who are like me. You gotta start looking all around, okay? You gotta start going on Facebook groups, everything. Can't just find people in your area, like communicate with these people, and then maybe once you start building your businesses together, then you can go move into a house or rent a place together, and that's what you gotta do.
Or like here we have a co-working space. So meeting there, or I bought a house, and yeah, I'll have people come over, and I love to hammock, so we'll hammock and grill out, and the Wi-Fi reaches the hammocks, so like we can spend the whole day like working and having fun and like making progress on everything and getting feedback from each other. And to me, that's like so much fun.
God, yeah, that would be. Yeah, like I haven't done that kind of thing yet. Like I went to Atlanta to go hang out with one of my like people in Millennial Kingdom, and like me and him just sitting in like it was like a really crappy hotel room. It ended up being, and again, we're just sitting in the hotel room, just hustling, and it was just the most fun in the world. Just like us, just chilling and hustling and everything like that. Best experience. Like yeah.
So what is? Tell me more about Millennial Kingdom.
So we're all a group. Like I'm literally the oldest person in my team. Like it's ridiculous, but yeah, we're all like very, very young entrepreneurs, and we're all working on building this brand, Millennial Kingdom, to inspire younger people to start entrepreneurship and seeing the possibilities and stuff like that.